Do not attempt to adjust your set. This is a Streaming Freedom video bulletin. Hello friends, and welcome back to the channel. For today's Skyrim mod showcase on the PlayStation 4, I thought I would share with you a ArmorRecolor that I found in the work in progress section from the mod author Cyan49. I have been looking to see if I could find any recolors of the Dark Seducer armor, as I really like that armor for Lydia, and so far I really hadn't found any until now. So as stated before, this mod is currently in the work in progress section, and it is simply titled ArmorRecolorTest1, and it is by Cyan49. This adds in the Dark Seducer and Golden Saints armor, as well as Vagrant Robe color variations directly into your inventory. I do not know if this will be changed later on, but for right now, you can find it directly into your inventory. So Lydia is currently wearing the vanilla Dark Seducer armor. This is the way the armor normally looks in-game after you obtain it from doing the Saints and Seducers quest line, and I think it looks absolutely amazing on her. I really do like this standard version of the armor. I think it complements her very well. But I wanted to see what some of the color variations would look like, because I just really overall like this armor for obvious reasons. Give me that firewood. She's always trying to over-encumber herself by picking up firewood. So in any case, you need to remove the armor that she currently has on so that you can see the effects of the other ones. Now this is the vanilla, and these are the ones that were added in by Cyan's mod. This one here, as you can see, has a red tint to the armor, red to the skirt, and I'd say it kind of looks blood-soaked, like she's been in a long battle or something, and it's stained with like the blood of her enemies or something. And with Lydia, she's always into battle. The next armor that I'll be showing color variation is one of my two favorites of the color variations that Cyan49 did with this. It does take a little bit to go back and forth to equip her with these different armors, so you'll have to bear with me. But this one here gives a nice looking blue tint, a little bit of a blue tint to the armor, a blue skirt here on the bottom, as you can see. The armor itself is still mainly silver looking, which is really nice. It kind of reminds me of the Nordic armor a little bit, but it looks a lot more beat up and stuff.
I'm right behind
kind of like she's worn it in a lot of battles, and she has been in a lot of battles. So that's actually a really nice look for it, because it wouldn't be obviously pristine. It would be, you know, really worn and stuff if she had it for a long time. And I just think that looked really good for her. The next one here we have is kind of a purple look for her. As you can see, there are some purple accents to the armor and a purple skirt. The nice thing also about having these different color variations on these armors is if you had multiple followers, depending whether they're male or female, whatever it is that you have, and you want to equip them with these, you could have a certain color that complements that particular character. For example, I could definitely see Serana in that red looking armor that kind of looks like it's covered in blood. That would be perfect for her character. Also, I should say, while we are going to this next one, which is a gold variant of the Dark Seducer armor, which looks really nice. It's reminiscent of the Gold Saints armor, but it's a lot better armor for obvious reasons. It's got a kind of a dark yellowish gold skirt to it and gold tint. Is that the gauntlets, the boots, and the helmet were not added by this mod, or at least I didn't find any color variations, so that's why she's still wearing those vanilla ones, but they work with the different color armor variations. The next one that you're going to see is my second favorite of them, again because it gives kind of that classic armor look that you see like with the Nordic armor and all that, but a lot more beat up, and I really like that. I really like this kind of a classic armor look to it. It's got black for the skirt, which also helps to match with the boots and the gauntlets. And then again, it's a little bit brighter, I would think. I mean, it's still dull, but a little bit brighter looking of a silver without that blue tint. If you try the two side by side, you'll see what I mean. but that would be my second favorite one of these recolors. But I do pretty much like all of the recolors that he did here. Some of them wouldn't really suit Lydia, but they might suit other characters, like the next one that you're going to see, if I'm remembering the correct one. Yeah, this one, this I could see for like perhaps an elf-like character or something that would work on like a elf, like a wood elf or something, with this green tint to the armor and this green on the skirt. And so that is all the color variations of the Dark Seducer armor. They all look good. My favorite is still the black armor for Lydia, because I just think it suits her really well. But I also did really like the silverish looking ones there that I pointed out before. Like I said, it just kind of reminds me of that steel looking armor or Nordic armor, just a little bit more beat up, and it really suits obviously armor. Next, we're going to take a look at the Golden Saint color variations. Now these are the same color variations that we had with the Dark Seducers, and this first one again is kind of a red that actually looks a little bit more pinkish though, but I think it's supposed to be red. I guess you could kind of say it's a mixture of both. It's probably just the way it looks on this armor, but I don't know. At least on my screen, it's coming in more pinkish than red. And I do like the Saint armor, but not nearly as much as the Seducer armor for obvious reasons. So I don't really ever have her in these, but I definitely wanted to see what they all looked like and wanted to show them as well. So as we continue going on here, we'll find that the next color variation again is kind of a bluish tint to it, and the blue isn't real obvious, so again it kind of just darkens it, makes it look like a darker steel really than blue, I think, and that actually works very well on that with the color variations and the beat up look of the armor, especially like with the Dark Seducer armor. But otherwise it's got a little bit of a blue tint to it.
What do you want me to carry?
Took me a minute to realize that was up there because I was used to going to the other one for her later armor. I eventually, of course, I'm going to put her back in her own armor that I have for her. This is the purplish variation that we saw before. Kind of a... yeah, it's still kind of purple. I was going to say kind of pinkish, but nah, it's still kind of purple. It looks nice on her. But anyways, as I was saying, eventually though, I will be putting her back in the original armor I downloaded for her, which you've seen if you've seen my videos with her, is that more or less Forsworn armor, which I've always liked having her in because she looks really good in it. But she looks really good in these too. I really like these Dark Seducer armors that they added into the game with that, and the Golden Saint ones. Now this one actually, I really don't see a difference here. Again, I don't really ever have her in that, so I don't remember that. Maybe it's a little bit duller of a gold, I don't know. But I really don't see an obvious, difference here.
I'm right behind you.
If I used the Golden Saint armor more, I probably would. And so the next armor variation then should be, I do believe, the kind of silverish looking one again, which is a little bit of a brighter silver. Yeah, right here.
Lead on.
And again, I really like the way this one looks on the armor. I just think that the armors always look really good when they have the traditional coloring that you would see, armor have. And so that's why I was really liking it on the Dark Seducer armor as well. And then there should be one more for the Golden Saint's armor variations, which should be the green one, if I'm not mistaken here, that we saw before. And again, with these different ones, if you had a bunch of followers, if you were role-playing as either a Dark Seducer or a Golden Saint, you could have them in these different color variations, and that would work really well for different characters. So it's nice that Cyan49 included so many different color variations.
I've got your back.
And again, this is just a test at this point, I do believe, the way he has it worded, so there could be additional ones he adds in. Actually, this mod was updated right after I got done showing these here on Lydia. Now, I'm going to put her back in her normal Dark Seducer armor for right now, and I'm going to have my character wear the next one, which is the different colored Vagrant robes. So I'm going to switch to a third person here. This is what he's normally wearing. It's the Guildmaster armor. I don't even remember where I picked this up because I've never done that quest line. It probably was just got out of a chest, but it suits that character, I think. But the Vagrant robes, I did check to make certain I didn't miss anything else. And I'm pretty certain I did find everything that the mod added in. The Vagrant ropes do seem to be the last of it. And again, this mod was just updated, as I stated earlier. Here you can see that it has orange accents on the sleeves and the legs, bag here on the back. And these robes are basically, it's just the accent colors that are different. The robes have a little bit of a difference to them though. If you look at the leather on the chest, because like here, I couldn't really tell the difference at first because the coloring was the same, but it's just the robes. Some of them have a little bit more of a, I don't know, like a worn look to it, I guess you could say, than the other does. And one of them ended up making him disappear when I put it on. As I stated, the mod was just updated, and I do believe Cyan put something about that in the mod, that he fixed that and added in some additional colors that then won't be showing in this video because I didn't update it until after recording this. That would be the one. And as I said, I really didn't know at first what I was looking at. They looked the same, but I realized when I went back in on this one and switched it here, if you look on the screen, you can see the difference there, how it lightens up a little bit on like the leather of the chest. And this is the final one. So a link to Cyan49's YouTube channel will be in the description box down below. I know he'd probably enjoy getting some feedback on his mod and stuff, and he had also had in his thing about taking pictures and videos so they can see, I guess, what it looks like, because it wasn't showing up on PC. And again, please remember that this is currently in the work in progress section, but please be careful at this time with these recent patches when downloading any new mods. Thank you for watching the video. Take care. This has been a Streaming Freedom Video Bulletin. Peace out.